Okay, opening statements. I call candidate Broughton to the podium to give a 5-minute opening statement.
Welcome everyone. I was saying that this is the after party before the party. My name is Brenda Broughton. I'm running for Mayor of Lions Bay as a 5-term mayor. This election is all about our spectacular Lions Bay. This is an exciting time for Lions Bay. We are fiscally solid with professional and committed staff. Our 2014 budget has a projected cash surplus. At this time, our spending is 13% lower than our prorated budget. Our reserves and unrestricted reserves in our 2013 audited statement increased 25 to 34.5% respectively. My re-election as mayor ensures seasoned, skilled, and proven leadership, and together with a seasoned council, will move Lions Bay toward excellence. I am fiscally prudent. I am a successful lobbyist bringing significant funding to Lions Bay. Funding that greatly assists us in providing excellence in our infrastructure at the highest standard, while keeping taxes down. We have successfully lobbied to ensure the continued and permanent small community grant that was to be cut. In addition, lobbied to increase it by 50% to $250,000 annually, permanently. As a result of work with Metro, Lions Bay will also receive $54,000 of gas tax. This is also permanent and paid to the cost of living increase. In the next 4 years, in the last 2 years, I've worked toward the next 4 years in bringing in $1.4 million in additional funding, and this is significant for Lions Bay. Our water is clean, safe, and tested 5 days a week at 5 different locations. Our magnesia intake following the Harvey Creek debris slide is providing water to all of Lions Bay. Our intakes are built as twins. They are also designed as Siamese twins, as they are connected to create redundancy. They're doing their job. Of our approximately 13.5 kilometers of water main, we have about 1.5 kilometers of water main left to replace. This will be replaced based on performance in a planful way. We are in good shape. Our community centre renewal has had minimum impact on our budget due to grants received. The community centre renewal, with both construction and consultation, cost you, the taxpayer, 42 cents on every dollar. The community centre renewal involved many engineering reports and led to the overall strengthening and improvement of the building, including foundation work, new and strengthened top and mansard roofs, rot replacement, removal of all asbestos, a new kitchen, new washrooms, an accessible family washroom, community living, social space upstairs, patio, high-efficiency furnaces in 2 zones, HVAC system, and refinished and new floors and fireplace. A building for the next 25 to 40 years, should we wish it. Vibrant celebrations will be occurring in the renewed community centre, celebrating and thanking our valued and amazing volunteers and our emergency responders. Community activities for all ages and interests to enjoy. I will continue to support the robust vitality of our precious school. The Land Use Master Plan consultation process has been jarring for many. Council has listened and learned from the feedback that you gave, 297 pages, and read them all. Council is committed to continuing community consultation, creative and dynamic discussion, coming together to create what's best for Lions Bay, as so eloquently expressed in our official community plan. I am strongly committed to the stewardship of our jewel Howe Sound and to achieving the goals of the Howe Sound Community Forum. Vote Brenda Broughton, Mayor. keeping Lions Bay a phenomenal place to live. It's our world-class village. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Candidate Broughton. I call Candidate Burr to the podium to give a 5-minute opening statement.
Thanks, Brenda, and good evening, everybody. My name is Carl Burr. I'm also one of your candidates for mayor. I'm looking forward to what's going to be said here today, especially from the candidates for councillor. In the BC system, as you probably know, the mayor only has one vote. But the mayor does have the opportunity to set the tone for council. And the tone is what establishes the leadership of this village. And I think you will find that any of the three candidates for mayor are eminently qualified to be mayor. You must listen to what they have to say, think what you need, that Lions Bay needs, and decide who will do it best, and if they will in fact do it. Leadership is not the same as management. I see council's leadership role as detecting and setting strategy, not managing day to day, and then ensuring that that strategy is delivered by our paid professional management staff. I've done this almost my entire career in a particularly wide range of roles in public and private organizations, and ranging in size from $3 to $40 million in budget that I've been directly responsible for, starting at departmental scale, then divisional, all the way up to enterprises themselves. So I believe that our strategy is going to be something like keeping us thriving and vibrant far into the future. And how would I go about doing that? Well, by focusing on three pretty simple goals. Those goals are around finance, infrastructure, and governance. So that's simple to say, not so easy to do. So I'll speak quite briefly to some of those. The campaign's very short. We're not going to get a chance to meet all of you. This may be the first and last time you hear some of this from some of us. More of my thinking is in my brochure, which you may have seen in your postbox today. There's also a box back there and on my website. The address is carlburr.ca. So first, finances. Everything we do as a municipality flows out of our ability to finance it. And our 2014 budget shows a mere $2.7 billion in revenue to pay for everything. That's not a lot of money when you consider that about $1 million of that goes to pay our staff. About $500,000 of that goes to keep the water running, and out of the rest of that we have to pay for fire, police, sewage, what little we have, waste removal, parks and rec, programs, and everything. We don't have a lot of money to play with. This year's budget actually shows $330,000 deficit spend simply to cover the stuff that we've decided to play with. Reserves are a little hard to pin down right now because of the money that's been moving in and out. We also owe about $1.6 million in loans, on which we're paying standard MFA, Municipal Finance Authority, interest. Second goal, update our infrastructure. As you may know, I'm on the infrastructure committee, and so I have a fairly clear handle on our challenges here, as we've seen this past week with the Harvey debris slide. Being on the side of a very steep mountain has problems. Our infrastructure is particularly hard to maintain. Our roads are sliding downhill, the water flows over the surface, not through a settling reservoir. There are many, many issues that keep people awake at night, myself included. 30 and 40 years ago, our roads, our water, our buildings were new. They didn't break much, now they're old, and overdue for restoration and renewal, in some cases replacement. We have produced on the Infrastructure Committee a recommendation for a master plan. That information is available, it's in the public domain, and I'd be very happy to speak about that in detail till the cows come home, in fact, if you have the appetite for it, but we'll proceed. My third simple goal, provide good government. Council members are representatives of residents. And those residents have a wide outlook, a wide set of origins, a wide set of values. Municipalities are not businesses where competition dictates secrecy, urgency, and cost consciousness.
30 seconds.
Is that 30 seconds or finished?
30.
We need to address perennial problems in Lions Bay, not by reinventing the wheel, but by taking best practices from around Canada and around the world and implementing them. There's a lot more to say, no time here. I hope to have an opportunity to meet many, if not all of you. As I've said, every candidate here is committed to serving. I believe I'm the candidate who can and will deliver what Lions Bay needs in the future, and I'd be honored to have your vote. Thanks.
Thank you, Candidate Burr. Candidate Belfall, your 5-minute opening statement.
Thank you all. Is it on? Thank you all. Thank you all once again. My name's Don Belfall. I'm going to be your mayor. We all know Lions Bay is a special place. It's too special to be taken for granted. But from my view, there are a lot of signs that say it isn't being taken for granted. And worse. There are urgent issues that we need to deal with, and we need to deal with them now. We need to invest in our infrastructure. To paraphrase one resident's comments, we need water, not more studies. Promises have been made, and little has been done. How many more boiled water advisories do you want, given our clean water supply that exists right now? Residents need answers to questions regarding the current financial state of affairs. The village needs to have proper financial management and spending disciplines. If we hadn't spent money on a bunch of consultants, a community center renewal, and defending lawsuits against the village, we'd have $1.5 million right now to put to head of our water. Simple facts. Council's proposed extensive development of the village needs to be voted down. Both of my opponents favor massive development of the village. Mr. Burr favors more. He wants light industrial and commercial development, gas stations and the like. I don't. Every community needs a smart development plan. I'm not against development, but the draft lump is so ill-conceived and so flawed, serious discussion about development has been hindered for a while in the future. The draft lump and the negative fallout from it is symptomatic of what I think the real issue is for the village. People describe Lions Bay as a close-knit community that values togetherness, peace, and harmony. But when it comes to stuff associated with council, and public policy decisions, and spending, there is a palpable hostility. It's a mean-spiritedness that exists in the village. I've seen it. I think really what it comes down to is we don't need it to be this way. I've been told this never was that way in the past, and it shouldn't be that way in the future. Council has distanced itself from too many residents in word and deed. Public dialogue is lacking. Important facts are not shared with residents when they're known. When information is shared, it's hard to find. And what you do find is hard to interpret. Key financial information is very difficult to interpret. I'm an accountant, and I can't figure out what's going on just from the information that's published. It's been said that no problem was ever solved by the consciousness that created it. I think council needs a new consciousness. There's a line of thinking that says the individual fits the times and the times fit the individual. I think I've got the right credentials, experience, training, and background to help Lions Bay in these times. What do we need? Our community needs sound financial management. We need strong leadership skills in consensus building. We need repair. We need a council that deserves your respect and is going to work hard to regain the trust that's lost. We need public dialogue, and a lot of it. I'm a chartered professional accountant. I'm a certified management consultant. In addition to those things, I'm a professional facilitator. I have the communication skills and the experience to bring diverse viewpoints and different opinions to a consensus, if a consensus is possible. I provided consulting assistance to many, many governing bodies, helping them to address dysfunctionality and create constructive behaviors if they wish to do so. I know how process is fundamental in arriving at answers. The reality is that no one person in the village has all the answers currently facing the issues that we have to deal with. It should not be a mayor or a council who makes the decisions on what's going to be happening. In effect, it should be not me, but we. We will solve the problems regarding the water supply. We will figure out what our revenue issues are going to be. We will decide the village's development strategy. What Lions Bay needs is process-based leadership to make we work. This means extensive dialogue, multiple forums for discussion, a focus on consensus building, a respect for other people's opinions, and mostly a trust in residents that we can figure it out. People with the best interest at heart will come to the right answer eventually. It will not be easy. It's going to take a lot of work, but process-based leadership is what we need now. If you get my drift, I look forward to working with all of the mayors in the room right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Candidate Belfall.